So for me, SNL is a pretty multi-variety type of gig. Like we play so many styles of songs and we cover everything. And some nights it's more distortion and rock focused, some it's more soul and funk focused. It really just depends. I don't really know until I show up on that Saturday. But I really love switching out guitars because it does make me play a little bit, each guitar makes me play a little bit differently, the style and the sound. And there's just something nice about, oh, like I was playing a Strat or I was playing a single coil thing or a Telly, and it's like, now I want to have a different flavor. And I find that this guitar does really well with the more rock-focused things. And it also does great with the clean side. I mean, the Les Pauls are just classic and they sound amazing. It's just so fun to play. The Les Paul, especially with humbuckers, is going to give you a lot more sustain, a lot more volume. It's going to drive the amp a lot harder. So you can already tell right off the bat, no overdrives on, and it sounds like this. There's no overdrive on that, and it's already a lot, it's biting, it cuts. Has a very different kind of EQ than a Strat. A lot more mid-range, a lot of thickness on the low end. It's also a lot more jangly in terms of, it has this more chiminess than a Strat does, where the Strat is bright, spanky. This is a little more chimey and rounder. And then the neck pickup, super thick. Bridge pickup. And that's still the low gain pedal. Now we're on to the Telly. Definitely a useful guitar to have in the arsenal for SNL, for its super spanky, bright quackiness, especially for anything funk. Super funky. Then you got your neck thing. Yeah. One of the great things about using all the different guitars in the show is that they do make me play differently. If I play a Telly, I'm absolutely starting to play some more country type of licks, or just the twanginess comes out in what you do. It's just kind of a weird thing. It just happens. Like, you know, I might, instead of just like, with the Telly, it might be like a, definitely want to use my fingers some more. Like there's a clarity to the Telly that's different, you know, so it's not, the sustain isn't quite there, so it's a little more staccato almost. Yeah. Just has that Telly thing. I do love a P90. There's something about a P90 pickup. It has a little snark, a little bite, a little growl. It's clear, but it has a little more gain than a single coil. So I love P90s. I have them in a gold top Les Paul, like we talked about, is P90. But then in this is kind of cool because it's a semi-hollow with P90s. And I do use the 2018 Gibson 330, which is a semi-hollow with P90s. And it just sounds incredible. With the semi-hollow vibe and the P90s, it kind of reminds me of like old kind of blues grittiness, but also with this clarity. It makes me just play a little more dirty. So maybe something like... So you may think that there's a lot of gear here, a lot of pedals, a bunch of different guitars, but the thing about that job is the variety of music is always, astounding, and the music's always changing. You never know what you're gonna get thrown at you, and you have to be able to get tones that can cover a wide range of styles of music. And if you have to play a monologue with a host and they want some super fuzzed out thing to go over a hip hop beat, like you got to be able to get to that. If you need to play some pretty chorus thing with delay, like you got to be able to get to that. And you just don't know. And you got to, sometimes I'll record with different guitars during the day for possible video, sketches that are videotaped or whatever, with a different guitar because I need a specific style, even though that's not the one I'm maybe using for that night. So I just like to cover my basics here, and I got all my stuff and cover the basics, whatever, and yeah, that kind of does the job.